9 days. In just 9 days we'll be moving back to our home in Sicily. But right now, the island is on fire. Red alerts have been issued across the parts of Italy and Sicily and even more of Europe. Thousands of hectares are burned. Entire villages have been evacuated. Firefighters have been risking their lives. Here's a new episode of We Bought an Adventure in Sicily.
Welcome back to our channel.
Hi!
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 This is my wife. Hi! This is me. We are Linda and Andreas, living in Sweden, and we are eager to experience an adventure. We bought a house in Sicily since we never went there. The first one we visited. Make sense? An abandoned house that needed our love and care. Life is awesome. Follow our journey and our adventure.
So naturally, we asked ourselves, how does this happen every single summer? Is it the climate change? Or is it simply extreme heat? Or is there something much darker going on? Today we're going to dig into the facts behind Sicily's wildfires, and honestly, what we discovered surprised us. Let's start with the obvious. Sicily is one of the hottest places in Europe. And during the summer, the island also experiences the Sirocco or Sirocco. That's a hot, dry wind blowing north from the Sahara Desert. And when that wind combines with months of drought, dry grass, forests and Mediterranean scrub, it becomes incredibly flammable. It's almost like covering the island in kindling. But here's the important part. Heat doesn't actually start fires. It simply makes every fire spread much faster. So, if climate isn't lighting the match, who is? According to Italy's environmental agency, almost all wildfires in Italy are caused by people, either deliberately or through negligence. Research, looking specifically at Sicily, suggests that around 3/4 of the island wildfires over the past 2 decades were deliberately set. That changes the whole story. The weather creates the perfect conditions, but in most cases, someone lights the fire. And why would anyone do that? This is where things become more complicated. There isn't just one reason. Historically, some fires have been started to create fresh grazing land for livestock. Others have been linked to careless burning of vegetation that quickly gets out of control. Sometimes it's insurance fraud. Sometimes revenge. Sometimes simple negligence. Researchers have also investigated whether some fires are connected to organized crime or land speculation. But it's important to stress that this is not proven for every fire. In other words, the motives vary. But one thing remains consistent. Nature usually isn't the one striking the match. So where does it burn the most? Looking at this summer, some of the hardest hit areas have been around Palermo, Agrigento, Trapani, and the slopes around Mount Etna. The scale is difficult to imagine until you actually see it from above. So, is it still safe to visit? This is probably the question we're asked the most. Should you cancel your trip? Should you avoid moving to Sicily? For most visitors, the answer is no. Wildfires are usually localized events. Authorities monitor them closely. Roads are closed when necessary and emergency alerts are issued quickly. Millions of tourists still visit Sicily every summer. That's sad. If you're traveling during July or August, always check local warnings before heading into rural or mountain areas. If you see smoke, don't ignore it. Emergency numbers in Italy include 112 for general emergencies and 115 for the fire service. So, are we still going to Sicily for the autumn? Absolutely, because wildfires are only one part of the story. Sicily is still one of the most beautiful places we ever lived on. The people, the history, the food, the mountains, and the sea. None of that disappears because of terrible fire season. But understanding why this fire happens helps us appreciate just how fragile the incredible island really is. In just 9 days, we'll be leaving Sweden and heading back to Sicily. We'll take you with us through everything, the good, the difficult, and everything in between. So if you enjoy honest stories about life in Sicily, please subscribe. And we'd genuinely like to know, if you were moving to Sicily next week and you knew the island was burning, would you still go? Let us know down in the comments, and thank you for watching. If you like this episode, share, like, subscribe, and comment, please. It means a lot to us. Ciao!